All right, so for our next recipe, snacking. So we just talked about 2 ways to get, some dinner or lunch onto your table. It's nice outside, it's hot, so we figured why not kind of have a grab and go type of snack with a popsicle. Now, usually I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a good grab and go because it has to be in the freezer and it's not something that you could necessarily, maybe you could buy one on your lunch break or when you take a walk around the office if there's some sort of ice cream truck or whatever. But, because we tend to be home and, maybe some of us are working in the kitchen, or at least we're in close proximity to the kitchen. So there might be those who are like snacking quite a bit. Whether you're hungry or not, you might want to bring in a mindfulness practice to attune to what your hunger level is. But either way, we want to have those healthy snacks on hand. And so Jared and I were brainstorming, what could be a fun, healthy snack that also is, good for our times. It's really hot outside. You want to get a little bit of hydration as well. And what better way to have a popsicle? It's super soothing and cooling.
Yeah, awesome. So for these popsicles, we were inspired, obviously, from the other 2 meals to have more of that Mexican food influence. So very traditional Mexican-style popsicles are known as paletas. I don't know if everyone's ever had them before. They're super, super tasty, very fancy, and so many different types of flavors. A lot of them being fruit-based as well. So you can have like mango ones or guava ones. We're making some watermelon ones today. So really, really tasty and really, really simple as well. Now, if you don't have a popsicle mold, I didn't have one. I think they probably can get them on Amazon, or you can sell, or you can find them at some of your grocery stores. But I'll show you a little trick, a little cheat without the popsicle mold in a second. So for the ingredients, bring it back down. We're using, obviously, some watermelon. Okay, I've got about a cup and a bit in there. Again, use, this isn't a scientific formula. If you're making a lot, use a little bit more. If you're only making some for yourself, use a little less. So a little bit of watermelon. We're going to add the zest of a lime on there. Just wash your lime really well. That zest is going to have a lot of those essential lime oils in it, so it's going to really, really perfume it. I just squirted some lime juice in my eye. That's okay. We're going to add a little bit of lime juice to that as well. Again, that lime juice is going to help even during that freezing process, because freezing will dull or mute the flavors a little bit of that watermelon. That lime juice is going to help to still pop that watermelon flavor quite a bit. So a little bit of that lime juice in there. And we're going to add some yogurt. This is just plain Greek yogurt, but you can use, they have the Icelandic skyr yogurt. There's all kinds of yogurts you can use now.
Yeah, and what I love about this is, you don't want to only have snacks that are nourishing, right? So we got the watermelon, you're getting some of that color. We know that any type of red or that bright pink color is high in a phytonutrient, which is known as lycopene. So that is something, really positive to be getting. But you want to make it also satisfying. So you want to be able to have something that's going to keep you feeling full for a little bit longer, right? So adding in yogurt, which has protein, is going to help with that. So that's one of the reasons that I love this recipe and this kind of snack. I always tell people, whenever you're having a snack, make sure to combine it with a protein. So if you're going to have a fruit, make sure maybe you have it with some yogurt, or, if you have some cheese, you want to have, or crackers, you want to have it with cheese or hummus, or maybe even a nut butter, right? So just kind of thinking about how can you make every bite count for yourself so that it's not only nourishing but satisfying as well.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. If you did want to sweeten it up a little bit, you can add a little bit of honey. I like it kind of as is, but note that it won't taste as sweet when it's frozen. Okay, so if you tried it before you froze it and you're happy with that sweetness level, it's not going to taste as sweet when you freeze it. So if you did want to bump it up a little bit, even like a teaspoon of honey, it's not going to be a ton, but it'll add a little more sweetness. Okay, it's ready to go. I'm going to throw that on the blender. And sorry, it might get loud. Maybe I should mute myself. Here, I'll mute myself.
Yeah. So, and again, you don't have to use watermelon. You're definitely welcome to choose another type of fruit. Heck, you could add some vegetables too. You could put some spinach in there as well, and other things to add into.
This is also a great way because essentially we're kind of making a smoothie base here, right? So if you're making a smoothie, sometimes you make too much, and I don't want to keep it in the fridge because it doesn't really hold that well. There's no reason you can't turn it into these little popsicle treats, or at the very least freeze them into little pieces, and then those frozen smoothie pucks you can throw into a blender and add some liquid and make yourself another smoothie later on, right? It's again, using a freezer is a great way to store and create future meals. So we have that puree of the watermelon, the yogurt, the lime juice, and like I said, I don't have any popsicle molds, but what we do have are these little tiny paper cups. And these little paper cups work exceptionally well. So, got a few of them here, and we're gonna pour them in, not all the way up to the top because it will expand a bit. So I would say about 1/2 centimeter from the top. You can leave that much room. And again, you can use, I've done it with even ice cube trays. They're obviously make little smaller ones, or you can use muffin trays. That would work really well. So here we go. Without spilling it now, everyone can see our little watermelon mixture in these little paper cups. And I don't have popsicle sticks. I have these it's kind of skewers, which will work really well. But obviously they were not going to stay in at this point. So what you want to do is put it in the freezer, freeze it for at least 30, 45 minutes until it's still liquidy but almost slushy, and you'll be able to tell inserting the toothpick or popsicle stick at that point. If it stays in, then you're good to go. And then you just let it freeze for the rest of the time. They'll probably take a few hours, at least, depending on the size, okay? So, did some yesterday, and I'm so excited.
Yum. Wow, they really did expand there. That's great.
Yeah, so there they are in the paper cup, and all you got to do is peel that paper cup off.
Wow, super easy. That's a great trick.
And you have this nice little pop.
Delicious. I'm going to go make some.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's super great. Yeah. So there you have it. Our recipes to help with strategizing your healthy meals and lifestyle, right? So one way, look at the calendar, decide what you want to make. When you're brainstorming, choose maybe a type of cuisine that you want to have and start small, right? It doesn't have to be that you're meal prepping every single day, right? Just start maybe once or twice a week and funnel that into your schedule. Make sure you have those ingredients, and you don't have to do it all at once either, right? No reason that you need to plan, shop, cook all in one day, right? Just spread that out and make it easy for yourselves.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Does anyone have any other questions? You can add it into the chat.
I think we're good. Don't see any questions.
Silly comments. Okay, so yeah, thank you, everyone. Just to keep in mind, these recipes I'll be posting on our website, www.elixirkitchen.ca, and they'll have all the details, all the methods for the recipes that we made today. as well as these videos that that we filmed today. So you can go back and you can watch them after and make them yourself. If you have any questions at all, you can reach out to us. Our contact info is on there. You can reach out to us on Twitter at ELLICSR Kitchen. If you have any questions, we always post tons of recipes and nutrition tips on there. And then our YouTube channel, where you're watching now. If you could subscribe, that would be awesome. Then you'll be notified of all of the videos that we do post. We try to post one at least once a week, a new recipe, a new video. But we always have our cooking class on the third Thursday of every month. So we will be back. When's the next one?
September 17th.
September 17th. We will be back 12 o'clock. So we will see you then.
Excellent.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great day.